Alright, it looks like we are live here. I'm going to wait a few minutes for people to get in for those who want to watch along. I got a timer here. Let me see. Yeah, over in the upper left-hand corner. So you'll know where we're at. And I'll be watching this on Blu-ray. I do have the 4K. Got that a couple days ago. I do like how these 4Ks have the Blu-ray because I don't have a 4K player or a TV yet. I guess when I get a PS5 I will. What was I gonna say? In case you don't have it, have the movie. All right, I got a link here for I think archive.org. I'll put it in the chat. Hopefully, it'll show up. So if you want to follow along with that. Today's September the 11th. 24 years since the tragedy. There's also another one yesterday with the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Scumbags killed him. Killed him because they didn't like what he said. I'll probably go more into that in another video. Because also today, I got some ammo from the Midway USA. Some shotgun shells. Yeah, you people ought to be arming up because those fucking psychos out there. It says tour watching. If you want to follow along, I got that timer up there in the corner so you know where I'm at. I also have, I'll put up, what do you call it, thumbnails, so you know where we're at, chapters. I'm not going to show the movie itself, obviously, but you also got that link down there. This fucking Blu-ray here. Oh, hey there, Rambo. I haven't started yet. I got the, don't have the movie yet. Click on that link. It should take you straight to a link to a digital version, free, archive.com. Yeah. I guess since you're here, let me know when you're ready, so you can sync this on up. Ah. Yeah, you see, I also got a timer there in the corner, so everybody can follow along. So if they come in later, using the same thing for when I use the timer for the speed runs. I'll be throwing up thumbnails too. Ah, you ready? Let's see. Hold on. Let me just get myself ready to. You know what? It's only got all that shit. Yeah, all the. I gotta get to the point where the one you have sync. I'm watching on the Blu-ray, so it's a little bit different. So, any views or opinions expressed in this interviews or commentary. There's no commentary. You gotta get through all this shit and get to where the other one's at. Motion picture 1990. Rated PG-13, available, network enabled, blah blah blah. Different logo from what? Yeah, just give me a second. Oh, that's not even. I don't think. No, that's not even the right thing. All right. All right, get ready. I'm almost. I'll give it a countdown, and I guess the countdown will be 3, 2, 1, and go. Like in Lethal Weapon 2, we go on go. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1, go. All right, we're at the Universal logo here, going around the world. Now, this movie I haven't seen in the theaters when it first came out. Biggest movie at that time. And for whatever reason, Mom didn't take us, but I did see it in the theaters eventually for the 3D re-release. Universal Pictures presents. And that was some of the better 3D, better than James Cameron's Avatar. Yeah, there's like only one point where the 3D in Avatar, where I wasn't using the glasses up and down to see what's 3D, so I wasn't impressed with that. But for this movie, that wasn't made for 3D, although in an interview, he framed it as if it was going to be filmed in 3D, but obviously never was, well, at the beginning. Now, when I first saw this on VHS, with the leaves, I always thought it was a dinosaur coming through, a big dinosaur going through the bushes, but, I mean, it is a dinosaur, but it's in a cage. Jurassic Park logo. Merchandising. There we go. There's Model Doom with the SPOS 12 shotgun. Unfortunately, the assault weapon ban next year will prevent it from becoming popular. There was already a 1989 import ban. They did some changes with that, changing the name, but 94 it was banned by name. And they stopped manufacturing in 2000, and the ban sunset in 2004, so yeah. Although it seems the Turkish company is making the reproduction soon. It's not out yet. Isla Nublar, 120 miles west of Costa Rica. All right, now in the novel, this scene wasn't in it. We see the aftermath, which is not in this. Yeah, it's with Ed Regis, a character that's not in this movie, but is combined with Gennaro. Yeah, he takes the worker over to a hospital on the mainlands where he dies. I'm sure they'll try gun control more. Oh yeah, after yes, there. I won't talk about that on another video. Yeah, Charlie Kirk. Now this here showing how dangerous the Raptor is, having all these people with all these guns. Joffrey. Yeah, I looked at the subtitles of his name. I forget if he's who's this guy, baseball player or something. Oh yeah, I saw the this cage here that's made mostly out of wood, movie magic instead of metal. Yeah, some guys were trying to buy the Lost World RV, and they also had the that cage there, and it looked all wooden, as well as the RV. Most of the walls was wooden, movie magic, even though it looks like steel. Shooter. Yep. Quotable lines, I use that a lot, especially when playing video games. There we go, Gennaro. I remember hearing James Cameron was one of the people for this film. Oh, I forgot to put up the what do you call it? Yeah, the thumbnails, chapter list, so you know where I'm at. Well, here's the one we just missed right here. Well, I think that guy right there in Spanish said, "I bet you he slips." It's hurt pesos money. Alright, I gotta put up the other chap. Yeah, I would like to have it right on the screen, but what are you gonna do? Hey there, Swiss Bliss. Been going through some crap. Missed your streams. Ah, yeah. Yeah, a lot of crap going on. I don't believe this scene is in the novel. I think the Spanish guy here is in, was it, a clear and present danger. He's a digger. Oh, I was wondering about this, and is there any way we can chat on the phone? Not really, not on the phone. I don't do the phone. I usually stay off social media. The best place for me is on YouTube. I gotta change the chapter thumbnail real quick. Going over to Grant, digging up the bones. Pain in the ass doesn't resize to where the other one was. I mean, pretty much the same. The guy that holds up the embers, I remember, was the FBI guy in Collateral Damage as well. Now that one I haven't seen. Need to see it one of these days. Alright, first ass grab by Alan Grant there. Where was I at? Alright, now this was in the novel here. Although Grant is a little bit different in the novel. He likes kids because the kids like the dinosaurs. He also had a beard, which they later put on him in Dominion. And his costume design was different. He had a Hawaiian shirt. Also, Ellie and him weren't together. I think he's also 20 years older than her, as well as the actors. Now, in the novels, he didn't hate. Well, no, he does hate the computers and technology. I think this. Oh yeah, Elm Street 5 and the Dream Child himself. Yeah, I wasn't really sold on the explanation of how the dinosaurs are like birds. Adding that raptor means bird of prey. That doesn't mean shit. They could have named it anything. They could have called it Homosaurus Rex, but that doesn't mean they're all gay. Now, this was definitely not in the novel where he scares the kid. Oh yeah, I just got done reading both of those novels, Jurassic Park and The Lost World. So this is fresh in my mind. But from the sides. Yeah, set up ambushes in a group. I believe wolves do that. So there is some realism there. But how would he learn that from Bones? Now, I was listening to Dave Koepp, the writer. A lot of the things with Steven Spielberg, he didn't pay much attention to logic at parts like this. And he's like, he excused by saying, "There's a dinosaur here." Sam Neill, I haven't seen many of his movies. I did see Event Horizon. I did want to see it in the Mouth of Madness. He was good in from what I saw in Event Horizon. But yeah, in the novel here, basically paleontology, it says it's a lot of guesswork. And like I said, with the bones, how the fuck were you supposed to know that they had attack patterns like that? That seems something better for Muldoon to say to him. Yeah, I mean, he's the one with the most experience watching the raptors. Yeah, this is an invention of Steven Spielberg of not wanting kids. Now here's some logic things. They said You see the helicopter coming down here. Hammond's not in there, but then again, it could be Hammond came here by car, and he ordered the helicopter to come in instead of him going to. It could be like the airport is further away than from the dig site, so he came in the car and had the called in the helicopter to come pick him up there. Now in the novel, Hammond doesn't come here in the trailer. EPA guy comes here, trying to find crime on what Hammond's doing, but they can't find that jack shit. Yeah, I believe one of the things was the Cray computers was one thing. One of them holds a lot of information at that memory at that time, and he wanted 3 of them. Also, some gene splicers and whatnot. Oh yeah, the aspect ratio here. I was watching the was the full frame. You can see the what do you call it? The boom mics, but I guess it's an oversized frame, is what it is. I know on T2 it's like depend on what the square box 4:3 on TV back in the day. With that, you got more on the up and down, and obviously with the widescreen, you just get more on the left and right, so you don't get the full frame for either one of them. Like in T2, when he's on the motorcycle talking to John Connor after the chase in the canal, on the 3:4, you can see him loading his shotgun, whereas on the widescreen, you can't. Well, I mean, you can see him loading. You don't see the shotgun itself. And the lawyer, I remember, in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, the motel clerk, who Steve Martin tries to give him his burnt credit cards. That one I haven't seen yet. Yeah, I believe the guy is called Martin Ferraro. Oh, I think he's in the movie Heat, if I'm not mistaken. I forget what part, though. He was also in a episode of Miami Vice. But going back to the bigger frame, you can see more of the set here. Yeah, it seems like a lot of these movies, it's close up. I like to see the geography of the sets and whatnot, so you know where everything's at. Yeah, with the bigger frame, you can see more. Yeah, especially in action movies. Some of my favorites, like Terminator and Aliens. I don't know. Yeah, you can't really tell much of the geography there. Here's how he gets them for the 3 years to fund their operation here. Hey there, Game Survivor. Yeah, we're watching Jurassic Park. Oh, we're going on. We're at Nedry. I think they say that's the author there, Michael Crichton, there in the background. It doesn't look like him to me, though. Now, Michael Crichton's a big guy. Tall guy. Not big like Wayne Knight here, Newman. And this Cameron Thorne, I believe his name is Dotson. I heard some very bad things about him. Well, actually caught him on recording. I heard he was fucking a child. Molesting a child, whatever you want to call it. That's why he wasn't in Dominion. You didn't say the magic world? Alright, now this scene is in the novel, but it takes place at an airport before Newman goes to the helicopter. And now you hear how he said, Dotson, we got Dotson here. He's wearing a wire in case Dotson tries to fuck him over. Well, at least in the novel. Now in the movie, it was a Gillette can. I think was it the prop guy saw this on the shelf. That one popped out Barbasol, so he picked that one instead. Hey there, Bob. No menthol. You see, he had enough of Newman's bullshit right there. Now someone's gonna think that's whipped cream on the pie. Right now in the novel, Newman here is his character is younger. He's in I think his early 20s. Now he's a real cheap, greedy bastard, I should say, gluttonous. All right, next scene. Here we go, Jeff Goldblum. Now, I believe in the original David Kep script, there was a couple, the draft, I should say. They didn't have even Malcolm because he didn't know about all this scientific stuff, chaos theory, so he didn't have him. He says he's not even sure if Spielberg even read that draft because he already cast Goldblum as Malcolm. So Spielberg's like, you gotta put him in there. Nope. Grabbing his leg there. Yeah, in the novel, Newman is with them on a plane. I believe that line is in the novel, You Bring a Rock Star. Yeah, Jeff Goldblum's good in this. Yeah, I know. I was watching Roger Ebert. Yeah, they're a show. Yeah, they said that he was only a character. Everybody else is cardboard cutouts or one-dimensional. Great music by John Williams here. Here comes some symbolism coming up with the seatbelts. Two females. Life finds a way. Yeah, I hate that bullshit when you can't find the right seatbelt. What's sad nowadays, the helicopter would be. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like in the Jurassic World. Luckily, back then they were restrained here, only using it when necessary. Yeah, I know everybody says this is big for the CGI, but they always forget about the mechanical. Hold on. Look here at continuity error. You see the Jeeps are already there at the heliport, and then in a second they're going to be backing up. Yeah, they forget about Stan Winston, those giant animatronics. Yeah, Stan Winston said one thing leads to another. I think he said, I think he worked on the Wiz, and then they're like, hey, you made that Tin Man make a robot. Then after that, you made a robot. Can you make a alien queen? Then after that, you made an alien queen. Can you make a dinosaur? And so on and so on. Jurassic Park. Now in the novel, it's I don't believe they were in any of these Jeeps on the way to the visitor center. I think the helicopter was way closer. The helipad was way closer to the visitor center. I mean, that would be the best thing to have it close by to the visitor center and the hotel, which we don't see in the movie. 10,000 volts. Now, what kills you? The volts, the amps, ohms? I never got a straight answer on that. Motion sensors, mention it here, but we don't see it here. It's a big thing in the novel. Also in the games. Mentions the moats. We'll get to that later at the T-Rex attack. Lateral. Some things did better in the novel, some things better here. Like Ebert said, there's a... Well, actually, I think they said there was enough awe and wonder in this movie, but I beg to differ, and some people in the comments said that. Yeah, if some other people who wanted to do this, but Spielberg got the rights. James Cameron wanted to do that. He said he would have made it like Aliens, but with dinosaurs. and I'll get back to that thought. You see that plant? Oh, hold on. Plant that Ellie has in the trailer shows you how she got it. All right, here we are. When the awe and wonder here when they're looking at the Brachiosaurus. Oh yeah, that one guy with the Ian Malcolm there. That could be Ed Regis, who's not in here. He's combined with the Gennaro. There we go, John Williams music. I think this is the first CGI shot of the movie. Amps usually kills. Thanks, RX. Oh yeah, with the novel, there's they actually shoot the dinosaurs. Yeah, that James Cameron's Jurassic Park probably would have been more like the novel, more horror. Now there's some horror here, but yeah, crazy son of a bitch, he done it. But yeah, in the novel, Muldoon has a rocket launcher, blows up one of them and shoots off the leg of another one. They also Grant finds a pistol, tranquilizer pistol. Although in the novel, Hammond didn't have any other guns besides the rocket launcher. He didn't want any way destroying his precious dinosaurs. Muldoon threatened to quit unless he got one of those rocket launchers. So they gave it. Well, he asked for 3, but they only gave him 1. And he also had a rocket launcher tranquilizer gun for the T-Rex. You have a T-Rex? Oh yeah, another one of those directors who wanted to direct this was Tim Burton. Let's see. Let's see, where the hell is it? I'm looking for a picture real quick. Did Muldoon? No, he actually lives. That's one of the things I don't like about the movie. The guy who knows most of that about the dinosaurs and knows about weapons, he should be the one who lives. Now he lives in the novel. He dies here. I think in both David Kep's he dies in his script. Michael Crichton's script, he lives just like in the novel. That one. Now I skimmed through the 3 of them: Michael Crichton's, David Kep's first draft, and final draft. Yeah, it seems like Michael Crichton's was more like the novel. Jeez. Yeah, looking through all these fucking files, trying to find everything. Oh yeah, I think we're out of a job. Don't you mean extinct? Oh, I think that was Phil Tippett. He said something like that, and they put it in the movie where they're getting rid of the models and puppets for CGI. Oh yeah, Tim Burton. Can you imagine that? Fucking Michael Keaton as Grant, Johnny Depp as fucking Ian Malcolm. Was it Mark Holton as Nedry? Got Winona Ryder as fucking Lex. Vincent Price as Hammond, and Danny Elfman on music. Now, I don't believe this ride here was in the novel. I believe They just go around. They show the offices and shit, the genetic lab, and Wu explains things. Yeah, I don't see Tim Burton doing this kind of thing. Yeah, although the closest thing is Pee Wee's Big Adventure, where they had that dinosaur theme in the a scene in his dream sequence. All right, now this how they get the blood. Now I always wondered why didn't they ever try and find like in the Arctic a dinosaur frozen, but the novel explained nobody ever found any out there, so that finally answers my question. I was wondering. I think they did find a woolly mammoth or something like that over there, so they might clone that. Oh yeah, I believe Carnosaur, the novel, came out before the novel of Jurassic Park. I think that came out in '84, and Jurassic Park came out in '90. There were some similarities. I haven't read the novel Carnosaur. I've seen the 3 movies. Probably the third one's the best. That has more action and gunplay. Yeah, Henry Wu here has a bigger part in the movie. I mean, novel. In the movie here, he only has one scene, and he gets killed at the end of the novel because Ellie with her girl power bullshit, not listening to get back in the fucking hotel because the one of the raptors is on top of the roof, and that raptor attacks Wu. Ah, you also like it as well. Yeah, number 3. That also has the SPOS 12 shotgun in it. Yeah, that'd probably be a pretty good gun for the raptors and compies. It's semi-automatic as well as pump in case you got a load that isn't powerful enough to fucking cycle the action. Like a birdshot for the compies. Autoerotica. In a kids movie. Well, actually, it's PG-13. Oh, that's another thing. Ebert was saying this is too scary for kids. I don't know. I forget how old, 7 years old, 6, 7 years when I saw this. Hell, I watched fucking RoboCop, Terminator back when I was 7, around there. Leprechaun, other violent movies. Oh, here's the thing. Scientists were saying you never erase anything on the clipboard or on the paper. You fucking cross it out and initial it and date it, or so they say. But then again, they're in Costa Rica. I guess they don't have OSHA fucking compliant shit there. They do things their own way. And I don't think they use pencils. They use pens. I know in the novel they have like a long table with like 150 eggs. And I believe the survival rate is low. I believe in the Lost World, they say it's like only 1 out of 1,000 live. And they said this area here is mostly for show. Try and get a living dinosaur at Site B is where they really get them from. So a lot of dead to get one of them. Yeah, Site B's the dinosaur factory. Oh yeah, back to the movie there. People complain. John Hammond's got to be there every time they play that movie, but I don't think that's gonna be played every time. I think that was a one-time thing to show scientists here, Grant, Ellie, Malcolm, and Gennaro there. One-time thing. Yeah, I don't like what they did in the sequels to her Henry Wu. At no point does he seem like he's going to be a bad guy later on. Although you could say, oh, look what he did, fucking erasing the, not doing what he's supposed to there. There's your foreshadowing. Oops. Should have did that sooner. That's what happens when you do it live. Oh, that line was in the novel. What do you do? Pull up their skirts. To be honest, this film probably didn't need. Yeah, that's what a lot of people say. It should have been one and done. Yeah, the novel to Lost World was different. It didn't have well, they weren't trying to take InGen wasn't trying to take. Well, InGen was out bankrupt and out of business. Biosyn with Datsun. What they were trying to do was get eggs off the island, and Malcolm's there. His motivation isn't as good as in the movie. It's basically he's there to find out what made the dinosaurs extinct, and also a different character. What's his name? Richard Levin. It seems like he was being attacked over the radio, and so Ian goes to save him. But they say he's a bit of a dick, so why would you go out of the way trying to save him? That's the motivations aren't as good as in the movie. Your girlfriend's on a dangerous island. Of course, you're gonna go there. Better motivation. Oh yeah, in the novel The Lost World, they have the two cars, also a motorcycle and the RV. Yeah, they mentioned they are all electric, which is now more prominent in real life. Yeah, they're surprised at how quiet it is. I finally heard one of them on the street myself, but although they sound like more like a UFO on the road, still never got a clear look at the raptors. Yeah, Spielberg hiding the monsters like in Jaws. I'm just shaking the trees here. I get Hammond's reaction. He's liking it. They should all be destroyed. What do you call a gay dinosaur? What do you call it? A Megasaurus. See, like right here, this is where Muldoon could explain a couple of things, like the how the raptors hunt the from the sides, and also how the T-Rex can't see can't see you unless you move. In the novel, see, like I said, how does Grant know that from Bones? How does he know that T-Rex can't see unless you move? And that's one of the things with Spielberg. He threw logic out the window for. It's a dinosaur. They're gonna be paying attention to the dinosaur. But no, I was 7 years old at the time, and I questioned these things. What do you call a lesbian dinosaur? A leptolotopus. But then again, this movie was the highest grossing movie of all time. It's not like my suggestion would have made just a little bit more money. But still. Breaks immersion a little bit. All right, now the this scene isn't in a novel. They were gonna eat at the end of the tour. All right, now this takes place in '93, as you can see by the calendars back here and back in the trailer earlier when when Grant meets Hammond. In the novel, it takes place in 1989. Right now, this is the philosophical or theme of the movie. Yeah, I don't agree with it. Ian Malcolm. It'll never work, but that's not true. As you can see, that zoos and amusement parks work just fine in real life. Of course, there's going to be problems. Nobody ever dealt with dinosaurs before. Yeah, even as Hammond explains later in the movie, Disney never worked at the beginning. Now you learn from your mistakes and fix them. Otherwise, there wouldn't be any progress. Yeah, I believe that. Yeah, Simpsons had something like that. One scene where, what the hell was it? Had enough of science, and they go to bust up the fucking museum. Then fucking Mo hits one of the what's it? Woolly mammoths, and it crushes his fucking back. And he's I'm paralyzed. I hope medical science fixes this. Yeah, they won't have those things if they didn't try. Yeah, Charlie Kirk. I'll probably do a video on that, most likely tomorrow. Oh yeah, what was the first clone thing was like in '97 with the sheep. Yeah, somebody was mentioning that. You don't hear much about cloning now. It's real big, and then that was that. Rape in a kids movie. Well, not really a kids movie. It's PG-13. The poisonous plants. That was in the novel, except it was by the hotel by the pools. See, that's the thing. That's why they're here. The experts here to tell them this so they can fix it instead of saying, "Oh, we can't do it. Shut it down." Yeah, how many fucking airplanes did they try back at the beginning? And a lot of failures. Yeah, if we just gave up after the first try, we wouldn't have any airplanes. Oh no, the lawyer's a vampire. Kids are here. All right, now they changed the characterization around. Lex was younger than Tim in the novel. I think she was 7 or 8, and Tim was 11. And Lex is very fucking annoying if you ever listen to, was it the audiobook by, what's his face? William Roberts, I believe his name was. The Ford Explorer's here. Yeah, then already started. You see the timer in the upper left? That's where we're at. We're at the where they're going into the Ford Explorers. So if you want to follow along, if you go up on the chat, I put a link to archives.com where the movie's at. Spared no expense. I think he says that five times. Interactive CD-ROM. Why do people have a problem with that line? It's a CD-ROM that you can interact with, as opposed to like a music CD where there isn't much interaction. Cool. Yeah, we're 39 minutes in. Now, in the novel, these were Toyota Land Cruisers. I think they say those were more durable for off-roading. But I think Spielberg had a Ford Explorer, so he wanted to put it in the movie. Now, I'm not sure how good the Ford Explorer is on durability, but from the Ford trucks, they suck. My dad used to have them. Ford found on road dead. Believe me on that. Pretty close now. All right, now these the paint job really makes them look better. I mean, if you ever seen one without the paint job, like it would have just like the red color. It doesn't look fancy. Generic SUV. The ass grabbing ditching kid. Yeah. Oh, well, did he grab his ass this time? I know they grabs a lot of ass later. Oh yeah, during the filming there was a hurricane. They actually got some shots of that hurricane in this movie. I'll mention it later. And there was a storm in the novel. And here's Samuel L. Jackson. And he doesn't say fuck or shit in this movie. Somebody else does. We'll get to that. Trying to see if he would be a good dad so he can knock her up. Yep. It's a ghost. Now the drivers should be in the back of the car there with a video camera. That's how they know where to drive. Oh yeah, I saw the behind the scenes of the visitor center. That's another thing that's mostly made out of 2x4s from fucking Home Depot. I think these multi-million-dollar fucking movies, they'd have real stone, or maybe only concrete on the edge. King Kong. Doesn't say motherfucker either. Yep. Enough is enough. I have had it with these motherfucking dinosaurs on this motherfucking park. Richard Kiley, I believe he narrated a lot of the nature documentaries. And he is also mentioned in the novel. I do like, and sometimes quote Hammond myself, I do not blame people for the mistakes, but I do ask them to pay for it. How long did it take to get enough straight 2x4s from Home Depot? Might have been cheaper getting stone. Yeah. Damn. That's it. Ford Explorer. Lights are on. Car batteries. Now that's one thing I wonder. Can those an emergency bust off that thing and drive it without the track? As he mentions, a battery there. Got some time to drive it off road on electric alone. Like the track's only there to guide them. Butterfingers. Now, was he talking about the expression Butterfingers or literal Butterfingers eating them? Nobody lay a hand on my Butterfingers. Back when people could smoke in kids' movies. Oh, he did smoke. That was mentioned a lot in the novel, so that's... Yeah, that was in the novel. To have another financial debate. Now, some people thought Nedry was his son when he says, thanks, Dad. I forgot what I was going to say. Now, here it seems Nedry's greedy, but there was some things in the novel, but he didn't know this whole scope of the job. And he was doing more work than he should have. And Hammond basically threatened him, called his clients and said he's doing a bad job and he'd never work again. So he had to do the work without extra money. Oh, you never had a Butterfinger. Bart Simpson was always shilling them. Nobody ever lay a hand on my Butterfinger. And we're at the T-Rex paddock here. If you see the trees, it seems like there's a slope there. Here's another one of those things where Spielberg didn't want to have logic. You see later the goat's on the right, and then they get pushed off into a cliff. In the novel, it's just a big hill. It slopes down. But here it's a drop. It's the shooter guy. Yeah, David kept mentioning that to Spielberg, and oh, now I gotta Woman in Earth. Feminist bullshit. Let me see if I can find some maps. Alright, now the goat was in the novel. Let's see, where the hell is it? King of the Hill. I think this might be one of the maps. There's that moat he was talking about. Let's see where the hell. Oh, that's too close. Fucking OBS. I really... There's one of the production designs. Now that bathroom there, is that for emergencies to let people out and take a piss? Or, what's his face goes in? Alright, here's a painting of what it looks like. You see there's a hill going up. Yeah, over on the left there. You see that brachios going up. Let's see. I really hate that man. Let's see. Yeah, chaos theory. It's a theory after all, which I don't agree with. And somebody says, I think, well, somebody says Michael Crichton didn't know what it is. It seems some things that are unpredictable. Malcolm predicts a lot of things. I missed the thumbnail there. Yeah, Jeff Goldblum touching everybody. Touching Hammond's legs, touching her hands, her hair. Seems to be like that in real life. Yeah. Are Butterfingers available in Australia? I don't think he does this with the water in the novel. I forget what he does. Yeah, autistic as fuck. Yeah, he's not really fucking explained even well here. Something about, like, can't predict things too far. Some bullshit. I don't believe so. Perhaps a specialty source. Locking mechanisms. VidNet, East Dock. Yeah, in the novel it says there's an East Dock and a North Dock. The North Dock is for the big ships. The East Dock, it's probably for smaller boats, so he wanted to go to that one so nobody would see him. And I believe they said there weren't even good docks and shit like that. Yeah, so he wanted the big boats to leave with the crew, so they don't get so the boat doesn't get fucked up in the hurricane. So the technology for the film was a big thing when it was made. Oh yeah, His chaos bullshit is just to get close to deck out. Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, that's a big thing with all the guys there. Mention her legs a lot in the novel. Now in the novel, Gennaro stays here, and I forget who says it. Yeah, he's staying because of those legs with Ellie. Let's see, was it Jerry Harding there, the vet there? And he has a little bit bigger part in the novel. In the novel was a Stegosaurus. And if anybody wants to know the mystery of why it's sick, it's the animals ate stones to help digest, gizzard stones. And in between those stones, there's some of those fucking berries that they say they don't eat. No, not to eat. Butterfingers probably wouldn't be that popular overseas. One of those peanut butter on everything American things. Never noticed the tears in Ellie's eyes there, but I'm used to the VHS version. Shitio. Never did get the DVDs. Yeah, it didn't have the commentary. Still doesn't have the commentary. That's the big special feature. If you're going to have one, that's the one I want. Know how they make it. But Spielberg doesn't do commentaries, even though he had a live commentary by the director of one of his favorite movies, I believe Lawrence of Arabia. Well, if you liked it so much, why don't you do commentaries on your movies? Oh yeah, this year the good big animatronic, yeah, with the technology, looks real. Yeah, the animatronics get overshadowed by the CGI. What got me to be a fan of Butterfly? Ah, yeah, Simpsons. Yeah, I was mentioning that earlier. Oh yeah, in the novel, Malcolm does wear black. And they ask him, "Is he hot with the clothes?" I forget what he says with the science bullshit, but if you know about colors, blacks absorb heat, and light colors, white reflects them. And how did they figure that out? I forget who it was. Somebody put a white sheet in the snow, and a black sheet in the snow, and the black sheet melted through the snow faster. That's how they figured that out. I kind of like him once in a while. Has a cool texture thing, like tons of little like croissant and it's peanut butter. Drop what you're doing and leave now. As I said earlier, this can be run with a skeleton crew for 3 days. So that's why most people leave on this island. Although in the novel, I think they said there was 24 people on the island, a few other workers. There was at least one worker over by the hotel at the end. Yeah, they hide in the hotel when everything goes to shit. Speaking of shit. I remember feeling sad for the bowl used as food for the raptor in the film. And the goat. Yeah, wash your hands. I always thought Nedry did that and did the storm. Well, wondering how he did it. That's how it was edited. Press the button, activate the storm. Weather weapons, harp. She got poop on her. Yeah, I noticed that too. Oh my god, he called the shit poop. Although the goat got gobbled up in just a few bites. Ass grabber about to go lick it off. Yep. Oh, here it is. The storm right here is the actual hurricane that hit the island while they're filming. Destroyed some of the sets. Oh yeah, Richard Attenborough. He slept through the whole thing. And I believe he's at, how could you sleep through that? And he's like, my boy, I survived the Blitz, World War II. worse. A lot worse. Now, Nedry's very suspicious here. In the novel, first he asks Muldoon to get him a Diet Coke, or Pepsi, I think it was a Coke. And then later says, I'm going to go get that Coke, and then leaves. There actually was a hurricane. Yep, it did. Yeah, we just saw some of the shots of the hurricane over on the ocean there. Would have been a cool blooper reel. That guy on the phone gets swept away by the water. Yeah. Yeah. Not suspicious timing that with his watch. Although they looked away, Hammond and Arnold there. Right. Are you married? Occasionally. The Dilophosaurus was embellished too. No frills on the necks and venom spitting. Yep. That could also be chalked up to the gene splicing there to fix the holes. Yeah, as with the amphibian DNA where they have the sex change. So that could have been, they're not actual dinosaurs, but mutants. Yeah, that was one scene in the novel between Henry and Hammond. Hammond wants real dinosaurs, where Henry wants to fucking change the genetics even more to make them less dangerous, slower, towards the expectations of what a dinosaur is, and Hammond doesn't want that. Better than real, he says, questioning him. No, he doesn't want to change him. He wants him as real as possible. But yeah, with the that's probably why they got the frills and the spitting. I believe in real life, a cobra does spitting, and what the hell was that one lizard with the frill? I forget what it's called. Yeah, that's right. I believe the raptor was based on Deinonychus. Now, the Velociraptor was the smallest out of the quote-unquote raptors. I guess he gave Velociraptor, thinking that was like the species or family name. Yeah, you like that name more than Deinonychus. And when this movie came out, that's when they found the Utah raptor, which is more in line to the size, 6 foot tall. I think Deinonychus is like 4 foot, something like that. And I think Velociraptor is like 2 foot or something like that. Seen the movie a lot of times, surprisingly not the making of or behind the scenes. There is them horned lizards that shoot blood out there. Oh, never heard of that one. I know one thing, if dinos became available today, we'd see McT-Rex burger. No. Well, didn't they have that back in '93? I forget myself. I know about the games and board games and whatnot and all the merchandising. I forget if McDonald's probably had one. I don't recall, though. I do remember the fucking Flintstones, though. John Goodman. I ain't eating that shit. Look at this slob. Yeah, the Raptors. They're too smart. I forget in the novel, I think the security system is tied to the fence. But in the movie here, it's turns off the fence to get through. But I'm not sure how that fence works. I mean, how do you get through when it's turned on if you can't touch it without getting electrocuted? You go to the left of the dock. Pay attention, Ned. Yeah, some chemical that makes them not want to attack them anymore or something. They shoot it out when they get threatened, like a squirt gun. I was almost that fat. Oh, really? Oh, yeah, it seems like Oppenheimer there. He's real popular these days with, was it Christopher Nolan's film? You saying what's not on the screen out of order. Continuity, Spielberg. You didn't say the magic word. Please! Me too. Call Nedry's people in Cambridge. Yeah, I don't think it's just Nedry here. He's got a team back at home. Or in, I think, was it Massachusetts, Cambridge? There's the goat. Also, the video of live video feed on the PC is actually a video, as you can see the timeline for the video on the bottom of the screen. Live video feed. Oh, yeah, with the, yeah, I thought you meant mine thing. Yeah, Nedry. All right, so in the novel here, it's Ed Regis. He's the public relations guy, and the two kids here, and Malcolm and Ellen in the back car. Now in the novel, the night vision goggles are a lot more useful. They have more. He takes it along with him. Oh, that's smart. Take it with you. Although I don't like in movies. See, we can see everything just fine here. It's all lit up. Have it almost in the novel, I think it was pitch black, so it's scarier out here, and they could only see when it breaks out, see the T-Rex with the lightning. Now that would be scary. The T-Rex out there you can't fucking see until the lightning strikes. He's going out to move cars for Seinfeld. This movie also have me wanting to have a computer even more with all that stuff they show. Yep. I didn't even know about Seinfeld until 1996. Yeah, they were having a hard time figuring about the have the water shake like that. They used I think a guitar string. Saw one of those under the seat of the fucking van that has a spring under there. You can do the same fucking trick where it goes boing. I think in Wayne's World 2, though, I think they just hit it with their fucking hand under the dashboard. Oh, there's the goat. He left us. He left us. That is in the novel. Swing. I had sort of a crush on the computer nerd girl, also the skinny tall actress. Yeah, Ariana Richards. I saw her in Space Invaders, not to be confused with the video game, and Tremors. She didn't do much after the 2000s. She only did like 2 things. She's like working on paintings. If she has residuals from this movie, she probably doesn't have to work ever again. And Ellie, Laura Dern. Oh, her mother played in Carnosaur. Well, that was released like I think a month before this movie. Yeah, Roger Corman had the rights to that for a while, and they said, "Oh, they're making a Jurassic Park. Let's make our own." Yeah, Laura Dern. What the hell was she also in? The Wayne's World one is pretty good. Yep. I had a crush on Goldblum with that unbuttoned. Oh, that's later. She also appeared briefly in The Lost World. I think you mean Laura Dern in the third one. I don't think she was in The Lost World. That's number 2. Is that T-Rex sound a bass guitar with a rubber glove or whatever, like God's? I think it's like a walrus and an elephant and some other shit. Oh, in the novel, there's no heroics here. Fucking Ed Regis runs away. He doesn't run to a bathroom. He finds some rocks or boulders to hide between downhill. Grant and Ian just sit there in their car and watch until the kids are fucking thrown down the hill. Then Ian runs away, but he it's too late. The T-Rex is right behind him, and he gets bit by it. From what I hear, for what they say in the novel, it doesn't have a strong bite, so that's why it shakes it around, like in the movie Gennaro when he gets bit. So Ian gets like bit in the chest and thrown. Grant goes to run, but the T-Rex turns around. Grant's frozen in fear. So at that point, Grant, well, in the first novel, there's gonna be some retconning. Grant thinks the T-Rex can't see unless we move like some other animals. I think like deer have that. I always wonder about that. If things don't move, how do they see the environment? But from I saw a video from, it's like they have like monochromatic vision or bichromatic vision. So if you don't move, you blend in. Sort of like in Predator when Arnold is the first time he's in mud, how he blends into the background. But if you're not looking for him, you don't see him. But if you know what you're looking for, you can see Arnold there. You can see his outline. So I guess that's sort of the effect with the vision based on movement. Ian, freeze. So yeah, the T-Rex is right by Grant in the novel. The T-Rex starts kicking around the car, trying to figure out where he's at. Eventually, Grant does get kicked and knocked out for a while. And then that's when the T-Rex pisses off. So I do like that here in this in the movie, whereas they're more heroic here, Ian and Grant. Yeah, there's no toilet scene in the novel. Ed Regis later gets killed by the baby T-Rex. There's 2 T-Rexes in the novel. Well, both her and her brother made an appearance. Oh yeah, they were. Oh, that's what you meant by she. I thought you meant Ellie. Lex is what you meant. Yeah, you are correct. Lex and Tim. Surprised they didn't make it into the other sequels, the Jurassic World. Yeah, look at that animatronic here. Oh, I forgot to mention the magic trick there they used when it came out for when the T-Rex was banging into the car with Grant and Ian. That was the animatronic, and then it switches over to CGI. They wouldn't do that in the newer movies. It'd all be CGI, and it'll suck. Doesn't get realer than real. I think Jurassic World only had like one animatronic, one of the Brachiosaurus heads on the ground. If it was rated R, would he have been taking a dump? Well, Ed Regis pisses himself inside the car before he runs, so that was in the novel. This right here wasn't where they rappel down. I wonder how slippery that metal wire would be when they slip, or is there some friction there? Laura Dern, Bruce Dern. Yep. That's your choking me. Grab it, bitch. Grab that fucking wire. Yeah, Tim is in the tree in the novel. He gets no help from Grant. He gets down by himself. Oh, and the animatronic. I like how the T-Rex looks down at the car, which isn't here. Oh, that's another thing the animatronic did. It showed the T-Rex pulling, dragging the car over to the cliff. Over here, it doesn't look like it moved. The car didn't move a lot. Yeah, it moved over to the cliff as opposed to where it came up on, so that added to confusion not having that here. I don't know what the if they had any video there, so would they know they were attacked? Yeah, somebody said that line was he knows they're dead and he wants the pieces of the grandkids. But I don't think that's the case. In the novel, Samuel L. Jackson does get the park online without Nedry. He figures it out. Now I believe he's the chief engineer. That's his job description. Yeah, they didn't have to turn off the computer. Now they do get the park back online. Almost they fix it all, but uh-oh. They didn't know the park was running on the backup generator, so the power turns off once again. Things get fucked up. Yeah, I think when they reset the system, I forget what they did. Yeah, it turned on with the backup power, not the main power. Well, I guess probably pretty slippery with no gloves if it's just like the regular, like braid steel cable. Also, Bruce Stern is woke resident of Hollywood to be. By the way, that wouldn't surprise me. Oh yeah, the gas-powered Jeep. I thought I drove one of those once before, but I asked my dad about that. The one I drove, I think, was a Jeep 1995. That one's in 1992. I forget what they were in the novel. They did have the gas-powered. Although the one I drove, well, the pictures I seen at the 95, I looked it up, looked different from what I drove. So I'm not sure if it was a 95 like my dad said. So maybe I did drive one of those, but like I said, with the paint job, it looks different. It makes it look better. It didn't have the paint job in the movie. Shout out to Steven Spielberg's movie directing. Yep. Oh, the Dilophosaurus here, they say, I think they're like 10 feet tall, but this could be a baby Dilophosaurus. That's why it isn't that big. But they fucked that up in Dominion, where they're all that size. Oh yeah, this is more graphic in the novel. He doesn't get caught up. He gets lost, Nedry here. He's over by some concrete fence. He hears the ocean, and he goes back to get into his Jeep. Yeah, he's outside because he's looking to where to go. Yeah, he sees the Dilophosaurus out on the edge of the tree line. Of course, being an idiot, he gets about ready to go into the Jeep, then he looks back at it and gets spit in the eyes, and it burns his fucking eyes. Then he feels his stomach get warm. He gets clawed in the stomach and his intestines spill out. Then he slips and falls on the Dilophosaurus' foot. Then the Dilophosaurus bites him in his head and lifts him up. And he hopes for a quick death. Oh, fucking Newman here gets, behind the scenes, he gets shot twice in the eyes with that. The first time, Spielberg says, that was a rated R scream. Can you give us a PG-13 scream? At least the Dilophosaurus spits before it enters. Yeah. Yeah, that right there, the door wasn't open. That's, would be able to fit in there with the door closed. Now, some people say this can right here. They say, oh, that's sequel bait there. But if you're paying attention, a lot of people don't pay attention. It says it's good for only 36 hours. So unless they immediately have a sequel right after the events of this movie, it's no good. Although I think was it the Jurassic Park game for the 360? I'm not 100% sure. Was Emerald still here? Doesn't that take place right after this movie? Hello, Jerry. Remember we were playing the DOS game with the drainage pipe right there. Yeah, like I said, Grant does go up there and help him here. What happened? His intestines spilled out after being... Yeah, he gets spit in the eyes, and then the Dilophosaurus cuts him with the claw, and then his intestines spill out. And then Newman slips and falls on its foot. Yeah, in the novel. Oh yeah, this would have been a rated R movie if it would have followed the novel closely. There's a lot more horror in it. Now, if James Cameron got the rights, it'd probably been more like the novel. Definitely more action. Yeah, he said it would have been more like Aliens with dinosaurs. Probably wouldn't have made as much money because it's rated R. Yeah, forgetting. What was the top grossing movies of 1986? I don't think Aliens was the top one because it was rated R, and the other ones above were not rated R, so obviously you get more people to go in and see the movie. Yeah, the Telltale one. That was not released for PAL 360. Oh, you have it on PC. Yeah, I want to get it on the 360 once I get a fixed 360. Right now, my 360 can't read discs. I mean, it starts up. I can play the digital games. Yeah, those great trees to climb, where it's like a ladder. Like in Kill Bill, when the Japanese girl cuts the Japanese guy at the bar and humors Quentin Tarantino. Yeah. Or like the Tauntaun in Empire Strikes Back. Hurry up before it crushes you. I think in the novel it wasn't that high up, 20 feet. But it seemed like it was 20 feet when they were up there, but with the editing it looks like it's much taller than that. Sounds like the laser is shot, but you could try a CD laser cleaning kit as a Hail Mary shot. Yep. Yeah, I already did get the 360 fixed before for free because Microsoft knew they fucked up there with the overheating, the red ring of death. Sent that in for free, got it fixed, but now I got another problem. Except the Tauntaun was already dead. Yeah. Back in the car. I thought Newman smelled bad. On the outside. Watch Muldoon slip here as he goes around the car. Whoop. Yeah, now in the novel, it's Muldoon and Gennaro who drives out here. They find Ed Regis's leg ripped off. They take it and go back to the visitor center before trying to find the others. All that shit he eats. Yeah. Now I forget if they... Yeah, I think they come back and find Ian. Well, I did too. Now I forget what she said. Should we chance moving him? Yeah, please chance it. And they say neck injuries, although it's not a neck injury there. You don't want to move him like that. But if you got a T-Rex or some shit like... Yeah, chance it. Warning, things in the mirror may be closer than they appear. Yep. See, like right here, you see how Ellie goes down there? So there has to be a hill over there. See, because of the cut. And Spielberg, logic here. So that, I guess that's the only negative to Spielberg's direction, relying on it. It's a dinosaur. They're not going to worry about continuity and shit like that. But the writer David Koepp and I think one of the production designers paid attention to that. Doesn't Michael Crichton write mystery novels besides this movie? I've only read his two Jurassic Park novels. He did Congo. I hear the novel's better than the movie. What else did he do? Famous ones. Sphere. I saw that movie. Didn't read. Like I said, I only read the two novels. Andromeda Strain. That was also a movie. Haven't seen the movie or the novel. What else did he do? Something about global warming. Of course, the lefties hate that shit. Now, technically, this wasn't a novel as Muldoon. Shit! 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 Yeah, fucking, you got Samuel L. Jackson in this movie, and he's not the one who's cursing. It's Laura Dern. And the reason why T-Rex is catching up with the truck here is because Ian Malcolm there hit the shifters. When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, we're going to see some serious shit. A few good movies. I didn't know about the Andromeda Strain, too. I think that was his first novel. You know what? I got fucking the novel right here. It tells me what he has. He did Timeline, Disclosure. Oh, how could I forget Rising Sun? I saw that with Wesley Snipes and Sean Connery. 13th Warrior, previously known as Eaters of the Dead. Great Train Robbery. The Terminal Man. Now, he did direct some movies. How can I forget Runaway with Tom Selleck? That was a good one. What was that other movie? I forget what it's called. Was about I don't know if Rambo's here. He probably knows it. The other one he did was cloning models or some shit, and they killing the real thing. Some techno. I didn't see it. The yelling was odd at times. Brachiosaurus. That's another thing. The names of these dinosaurs. First, they're gone. They don't exist. Then they're back again. Like they said, Brontosaurus isn't a real dinosaur. Oh yeah, it is a dinosaur. I think Troodon was another one. The ones I just named right there, those are his novels. I'm not sure if he directed them. I know he directed Runaway. But for the novels he written Timeline, Disclosure, Rising Sun, Sphere, Congo, 13th Warrior, The Great Train Robbery, Terminal Man, The Andromeda Strain. Now in the novel here, that's another thing, logic. Why didn't they just wait for somebody to come pick them up? In the novel, they didn't want to stay on the road, so they didn't want to get attacked by the T-Rex or the baby T-Rex, because the first thing that ran out of the fence was the baby T-Rex. So they didn't want to be trapped on the sides between the fence by one of them. That's how Ed Regis gets killed by the baby T-Rex. They Grant and the kids see that. And after he's attacked, the baby T-Rex sees, or at least looks in the direction of Grant and the kids, and they run. That's why they didn't stick around. They ran. Although the scene ends there, the baby T-Rex doesn't chase. And after that, they find a maintenance shed to sleep in, so they don't sleep in the tree here. Although the scene coming up is later with the Gallimimus scene, except I think it's Hadrosaurs instead of Gallimimus, but I think they changed it because the Gallimimus is faster running. So they'll be up in a tree again, hiding from the T-Rex or the Stampede. Some of the Hadrosaurs are eating the leaves in the tree. And that's where they discovered those dinosaurs, the Hadrosaurs, also has their visions based on movement, because as long as they didn't move, they didn't get seen. Although in the novel Lost World, that gets retconned, saying, oh, that wasn't it. It was just the T-Rex was confused why Grant wasn't running. The T-Rex could see it, so it was kicking around the door, the car and shit. But I guess they forgot about the fucking Hadrosaur scene. Although I saw an interview with Michael Crichton, he did say that's I think one of the hardest parts is remembering the continuity dates, make sure everything lines up. How many days passed? Are you getting it right? Leave it to the Jewish directors. This is left hand on her ass. Oh shit! I wasn't sure. Worrying about too many things at one time. I do have the ding. Merchandising, where the real the real money to the movie is made. I'm not sure if I had that lunchbox, but I did have the folder that had the map on it. Now I believe somebody did say those stuffed animals were sold, but I don't think they were Jurassic Park branded. There was some other brand. All right, now I was wondering if the hotel was in the movie. That was in the novel, but this is the visitor center. Yeah, trying to wonder where everything's at. Like I said, a lot of these movies don't show you the geography where everything is. They just jump around, so hard to tell where everybody's at. Don't know, couldn't see some of the time, but right hand was around in front of the boy. Ah, there. He grabs her ass later. A lot at the end. Oh yeah, Richard Attenborough. I think his brother, what was his name? David Attenborough. He did a lot of the nature documentaries. Yeah, naturally was a mistake, sabotage. But also, the big mistake was also having full automation. And just like here on YouTube, I think that's the bigger warning than saying, "Oh, you can't make a dinosaur park; it's too unpredictable." But, but as we see in real life, there are zoos and safaris and amusement parks that are working right now. Why can't you do it with a dinosaur? Oh yeah, that's another thing in the novel. They said, don't you worry about disease from these dinosaurs, but they said, you ever see anybody get sick with any other animal at a zoo? So we're not that worried about it. Yeah, so there's no diseases from the dinosaurs or animals. Aminals! Yeah, that's what Lex says in the novel. Aminals. Yeah, you lick that spoon. As long as they got guys with like 20 millimeter cannons, if they try some, who gives a fuck? Exactly. Let's see. David Attenborough acted a lot and did voiceovers. Yeah, Richard. Oh yeah, that was another thing at the saw behind the scenes where they were in the jeeps at the beginning. Yeah, Steven was like, he's a director. He knows exactly where to sit for the shot. Yeah, I think Richard Attenborough directed Gandhi, I think it was. Probably other movies. Also, he was in The Great Escape. I remember that. Yeah, this scene right here is later in the novel where the Gallimimus scene is, except it's with hadrosaurs. Oh, and I just learned the hadrosaur is the first nearly complete dinosaur skeleton that was found. Before that, they found some little things, parts, never a near complete skeleton. The name dinosaur was already coined at that time before they found it, and that was found in Haddonfield, New Jersey. Now, does the name Haddonfield sound familiar to anybody else? Yeah, that's the name of Deborah Hill, where she was from. And it was also the name in Halloween, Haddonfield, Illinois, which was filmed in California. I should probably fucking drive there one day and get a video of Haddonfield. And somebody mentioned Hadrosaur Haddonfield. Is it named after the town? That's what it sounded like to me. But I think, I forget what it means. Big lizard or some shit like that. Like an anti-air autocannon. Like, exactly. Tremors 3. Yeah, in the novel they did have a rocket launcher. That's where they talk about the amphibian DNA and the dinosaur eggs. Might have heard of that place. Oh, and it's more horrifying in the novel. Yeah, the dinosaur check system in the novel is basically what they did is they capped it off of how many there were, like 2 T-Rexes. Now I was wondering, why don't you just have it keep checking for how many things are there, instead of just capping it off. But they got that answer in the novel. It's basically to search faster. So they didn't know there was any more dinosaurs because it was capped off. They were too more worried about any of them getting off the island. So Ian Malcolm, he's more of a douchebag in the novel. He was when they were looking at the computer earlier in the novel. Yeah, he knew about that. He knew what the fucking problem was, and he goes on the tour, and I think, and then later he mentions what the problem is. You should have told him earlier of what the fucking problem is. He knew that there was more dinosaurs, and they should bring the number up on the cap. I think they were expecting 8 raptors, and the search when they brought up, it was 37 raptors on the island. Yeah. Deep shit. Yeah, you should. Something, as Adam Sandler would say, something that should have been brought to my attention yesterday. Should have told him right then and there. They are turning the freaking frogs. Yay, exactly. Yeah, if this movie came out today, they'd love it. You got the tranny frogs, you got the feminist, what else was there? Although they are making sequels. Rebirth came out this year. Oh, look at that. Muldoon has some shotgun shells on his vest. Although I'd have way more than that. Hold on to your butts. I think one of the executives said that, and they put that in the movie. Yeah, Samuel L. Jackson, he was worked with a lot of good directors, and in big movies. He was with Martin Scorsese and Goodfellas, Pulp Fiction, Quentin Tarantino. More raptors on the island. That's great, exactly. Although they mostly deal with the original 8, and this movie was just 3. Alright, now this right here. They didn't know that would trip the Velociraptor fences. Otherwise, I guess they'd have somebody waiting over there. I think that was in the novel. Well, definitely in the movie. We never shut it down before, so we don't know what's going to happen. I guess that's why he went out alone. I was thinking, you might want to bring Muldoon with you with his shotgun, instead of going alone. And as Canadian Bacon says, 2 black people died in this movie. He must have hated that. You see the Tremor Shrieker Island, Jurassic Park, but ran by definitely not Richard Branson. No, I didn't see those ones yet. The last one I saw was number 4. Alright, now, like I said in the novel, it was hadrosaurs are running, but I guess they want Gallimimus because they're, or they think it runs faster. Yeah, they run up into a tree and not this down tree right here. And it starts with the T-Rex attacking them. That's why they're running, and not the T-Rex ambushing you here after the fact. And in the novel, the T-Rex is chasing Grant and the kids a little more relentlessly. Yeah, they said he acts more like a monster, movie monster. Jason Voorhees. Yeah, Samuel L. Jackson did well-known movies even before this, but really well-known for Pulp Fiction. Yeah. Pump Friction. Alright, here's the maintenance shed right here. Yeah, here, right here, it mentions a delay with Disneyland. I agree with Hammond here, although a lot of people online are like, oh, yeah, I agree with the theme of the movie. It cannot be done. Oh, yeah, the Pirates of the Caribbean line right there. The screenwriter said he always tries to get a reference to in all the scripts of the Pirates of the Caribbean. Thought they were okay. The Jamie Kennedy character, but something decent enough. Alright, we got 4 SPOS 12 shotguns, some M16s, and I think 2 what was it, HK 93s or 4s? Yeah, I guess the SPOS 12 would be a good choice. I know in Alaska for bears they use shotguns with Brennica slugs. Nice big holes with good penetration. Oh yeah, in the novel they say the raptors have, I think, decentralized nervous system in their thick bones and skin, so they're hard to penetrate. So that's why Muldoon wanted the rocket launcher blow them to pieces. Walkie-talkie. Special arms for dinosaurs, yep. Now, why didn't Ellie take a gun? See, I hate that. See, I know that, I guess they're trying to go for a thriller here. I mean, Spielberg does like guns. I know there's, I wonder if I think I got the picture here. But I guess you don't want to do an action movie, but it pisses me off. Do something smart and bring the fucking gun with you. Ellie, take one of those guns. I mean, it's not that long to train somebody who's never shot a gun. I did recently with one of my friend's wives. Yeah, it doesn't take long at all. You can even have practice shots outside the door with one of those M16s or shotguns. Yeah, they let Samuel L. Jackson go alone and while they went to the safety of the bunker. We're being hunted. Jesus, that's a big picture. I forget what buttons to make it shrink faster. Fucking OBS. Here comes Ellie parkouring over these branches. See, this is what pisses me off. Muldoon here, he's probably my favorite character. Smart has the guns. He's the one that should most likely live. He knows about them. He's got the weapons, but he dies. Now they say Robert Peck here. They say he had cancer, but that's probably why he wanted a death scene, because he probably won't be in the sequel. Although he lived until 1999, he could have been in The Lost World. But I'm not sure if they knew that. I think after this, they knew about that. Yeah. Funny that both the hunters in these movies, they had cancer. Let's see. Alright, almost everyone gets a gun. Almost everyone, I guess. Yeah, just don't have a dingus for your armor like Alec Baldwin. Yeah, Alec Baldwin. That's Safari. Yeah, Muldoon, Robert Peck. Haven't seen many things he was in. I know he was in one other movie where the main character grabs another girl by the pussy. I think it was it Semelia's Sense of Snow or something like that? Scaring the kids. Emerald's appearance in the movie. Also, what the hell is Muldoon going deeper into the woods there and into the jungle? He should know better than to go into the tall grass. I mean, if you ever see any of these hunting videos out in the jungle there, a fucking tiger can hide into that thick leaves, and that the fucking tiger is bright orange. You can see that easy, but with all them leaves, you can get very close, well hidden. So you stay out of that fucking shit. Lead them out into the open. Or no, if I was Muldoon, I would have either walked with Ellie, have her. I guess his tactics here was have her run to see if the raptor would chase her, and he'd shoot the raptor, which didn't happen. And also another thing is, you see how Muldoon was making eye contact with the raptor. That's another thing they said with the tigers, and is to make eye. They won't attack if you make eye contact. They wait until you turn your back, then they ambush. I mean, you see that in some zoos with the kids, how they try and sneak up on the kids between the glass wall and attack the kid, or try to anyway. Yeah, and I think in India they have a face mask with eyes on their back of their head, so they don't get attacked. That's right, Ellie pumped that off. It seems that generator is a real thing there, so that's not made up for a movie. I forget what it is. But yeah, if I was Muldoon, I'd either, after Ellie ran for the maintenance shed, I would have walked there with her and get in there. I want to stay out in the open or go deeper into the jungle. So I don't like the logic here. I think the script said something, it's because he saw the raptor, he wanted to immediately kill it. Yeah, there's that thing. You can wear fake eyes on the back of header. Yep. Here it comes. He's going to get shocked. I'm not sure if I saw it, but I think yeah, here it is. The fence isn't fully complete if you look up there. Yes, see, fucking Timmy could have gotten through that fence on the bottom. The kids, anyway. Paint some goggles or something and put them on backwards. Now, this wasn't in the novel, at least the shocking part, and it would be earlier. They climb a fence, I think before they get into that shed themselves. If they sleep tonight. Yeah, it seems Grant didn't really... There wasn't too much of a trek back to the visitor center. In the novel, there's a lot more to do. Yeah, there was a river raft sequence. There was the aviary with the pterodactyls. Yeah. And Grant shoots the T-Rex with the tranquilizer gun he finds there in that shed. To no effect. I mean, he later uses it to shoot a baby raptor. That had an effect. Alright, the reason her legs is fucked up there, she was supposed to trip over Samuel L. Jackson's leg. Part of his leg. But then again, she, on that fucking fence with the velociraptor, that could have fucked up her leg too. Alright, here you are. Why are you going deep in that fucking jungle? The safe way is get up fucking high. Safe way to go hunting. All those in the comments, that ain't hunting. That's waiting. Here we go. We got the good highlight of the SPOS 12 shotgun here. Now, if the Velociraptor was that close, I would have attempted to take the shot with it closed. You can fire it closed, but of course with the stock, that's to steady your shot. So make sure you hit it. See, how would Alan know about the hunting pattern of the raptors, whereas Muldoon 1, he actually saw these things alive? Come on, Spielberg, use some fucking logic here. It's a dinosaur! But yeah, Muldoon lives in the novel. Of course, the famous line, clever girl. His catchphrase in the novel was, "Do you like to live dangerously?" Or something to that effect. Says that to Gennaro. Yeah, they go out in the park again and fix things up. Maintenance workers fix up the fence. Depending on what time Muldoon watches over them, and then he goes out to capture the T-Rex with Gennaro. Gennaro's driving, so that's where the chase should be with the car. Yeah, he shoots two giant tranks at the T-Rex. That's when Grant's on the river. That's what the T-Rex is trying to get at. So Muldoon thinks he missed 2 times, but he hit it twice. Then the T-Rex turns around and chases them on the truck. Of course, they get away. And that isn't until later that that's when the tranquilizer takes effect. Yeah, they say they never tested out the tranquilizer on it, so they didn't know the proper dosage of what will be effective. Nice ass, Ellie. Yeah, I wasn't sure if she said Grant or run, but she says run. Wouldn't he have not gotten shocked anyway, though, since he only touched the wire? Yeah, that's why that's what some people say. I wasn't sure if he wouldn't get shocked. He's not grounded. Almost R-rated. Oh, clever girl. Now we're in the kitchen. You can see there's two exits there. Yeah, this right here is more elaborate than the novel. The novel makes more sense. It's the lights are off. He has Lex in a corner. It's only one raptor. What Tim does is he baits it with the meat in the freezer, and it leads it as the trail to the freezer. When the raptor gets inside, Tim then fucking shuts the door on it. Oh, there we go. Grant with the shotgun. Too bad he doesn't know much about guns. And if you're on an island with the fucking dinosaurs, why do you only bring one loaded shotgun? I'd bring more ammo and another gun. At least one more. Looks like Leanne Rames. I believe they said something like the fucking hands on the raptors can't turn like that. Can't turn at the wrists. So was it like a fucking robot doing the robot dance? Oh, I think we missed the operator pushing the tail on that over by the door. Wait, no, where's it coming up? Yeah, I think it was in the other shot. Yeah, we don't know which one's the big one. There was they never differentiated the 3 of them, so we got one of them still in the maintenance shed, which will come later. Oh, when they crossed the floor, that one raptor would have saw him. I saw it when Leanne Rames first appeared. She looked like the girl from Jurassic Park. forget if that's in the novel or it says it makes the clicking noise, but I think it was in another part of the novel. I know if I was there, I wouldn't have got that close going down that aisle. I would have went down to the down to the other, all the way at the other side. So the novel is more realistic, so I like that one more. I mean, the way they done this, they would have been spotted and ripped apart. Emerald Logic bring a one-shot shotgun to the island. See, that's why I don't like CGI there. They accounted for the, when it jumped on that table, it knocked shit over, but they didn't account for weight. That would definitely put a dent in that table. How much do they weigh? Like 300 pounds? See, with CGI, since it's not in the real world, not interacting, you're going to forget some. Now, right there, when the raptor turned its head by Tim, I always remembered that as Tim also turning, so it also... Tim also missed looking at the raptor. But, so I don't know if they George Lucas the shit right here. And they changed it from the VHS version, because now they're changing all types of shit between versions. That's why I gotta keep physical. Or the originals. Because they're always changing shit. But, like I said, I don't know if they changed it here. Remember, these raptors can run 60 miles an hour out in the open. But Limping Kid can outrun it. Now what the... Yeah, as I was saying earlier about the... Too many close-ups in these fucking movies. Zoom out. Some of the behind the scenes where they have zoomed out angles and shit are way better. I like that, so you know what's going on. So you know the geography. Alien had to go in a deleted scene. There was one whole scene, one shot. It's a wide shot in the kitchen over there in Alien. And has all the characters there all over the place. Let's see. Yeah, somebody said it also shows the character of the characters. Like Ash being the robot, he doesn't care about sitting where fucking... What's his fate? Kane died. And the other ones stayed away from the table. I think... What's his face? Dallas sat on top of the chair and whatnot. Oh yeah, and the one of the scripts here, Grant actually shoots and kills one of them out of the kitchen. Hey Tim, how about you grab that shotgun for Grant there so I can shoot the fucking raptor? Completely useless. But we can't have kids touching guns, can we? Even though there's a raptor about to rip them limb from fucking limb. We can't have that. Yeah, I know James Cameron was saying. We gotta be responsible. Although in Terminator 2, he's like, we'll have him reload the shotgun, but we won't have him firing it. Yeah, I believe this computer program is a real thing. I forget what it is. Yeah, like I said, coming up when Grant shoots the... He's a bad shot, and why only have... what is it? He only fires 4 rounds. We see 3 hits. Supposedly slugs, although they're pretty small for slugs. But that's what you want to be finding, those big slugs to kill these dinosaurs, not buckshot, or definitely not birdshot unless we're shooting at one of the compies. Oh, see, oh, grabbed Goldblum's cock there. The phones are working. Looks crazy in the shot. Maybe that's how we got an Event Horizon. Boom, boom. At this shot, I thought he said guns. Up, stovepipe here. That's why I should have brought another gun if you don't know how to clear a stovepipe. Yep. Was this Die Hard? And the projector showing DNA. Kicking the T-Rex in the fucking face. Oh, here comes the ass grab number 2. Let's see. And also ass grab number 3 and 4. Grabbed all their asses in this scene. Not in sync, but here we go. Let's see. Alright, now in the video games, this is how you kill the T-Rex. I mean, the Velociraptors with the skeletons. In the original script, Grant was driving a Condor, or a bucket boom truck, and he pushes the raptor in the mouth of the skeleton of the T-Rex and then hits the skull down until it crushes. And you see right here, see that setup right there, the plastic. That's how the T-Rex comes in. So it is set up here, although Spielberg, it's a dinosaur. And they asked him on the logic, how would the T-Rex, well, they wanted the T-Rex to come back. And, yeah, here's the T-Rex. Here's a good example of Deus Ex Machina. God from the machine. Whenever the characters are in a hopeless situation that they can't get out of, God comes down and helps them. In this case, it's a T-Rex. Look at it, Grant not carrying Timmy, has the woman carry him. Now, what was he talking about? Yeah, Spielberg said it'd be a disappointment not having the T-Rex come back one last time. So that's where this ending came in. Dinosaurs rule the earth. Yeah, and I forget who was. Can you explain the logic of how the T-Rex gets into Spielberg? And he says, "Oh yeah, it comes in from the upper right frame." And that's not what they asked. Well, how does it get in the fucking building? So, but they figured it out. Jurassic Park. Oh, did I miss it? Alan fucking grab it. Her ass into the helicopter. I missed it. I counted at least 4 times Alan Grant grabs somebody's ass in this movie. What's your count, everybody? Back to the great music with the John Williams. Aspect ratio here, I thought you could see Ellie's boobs more. That might, like I said before, with the oversized film. So for the, like I said, I saw the VHS version the most, so maybe we got more verticality. Well, here we got the more left and right. Horizontal, there you go, that's the word. Although we never get the full frame since it's oversized, which I'm getting. And again, on the aspect ratio, it's not the super long fucking, I forget what it's called. Yeah, the reason for it is because the verticality with the dinosaurs. I know James Cameron was talking about that. He wishes Aliens was the longer widescreen than what he did, but he said he went with the shorter widescreen because the problems with the FX. Yeah, super long widescreen. letterbox. Oh yeah, those birds right there. I was wondering where those pterodactyls, but no, they're birds. Going back to dinosaurs are birds. Better pop it up. Yeah, right there, that. If you can see it. Oh, come on. Really, I gotta do this shit. Oh, fuck you. Nah, I'm missing the credits. I'll get to the chat in a second. We'll do it live. As I say, Richard Attenborough. We'll do it live. Bob Peck, there we go, Muldoon. Martin Ferrero, the lawyer. The blood-sucking lawyer. He's a vampire. B.D. Wong. I think he did a voice work for Mulan. That's the only other big thing. Samuel L. Jackson. He didn't say motherfucker in this movie. We got Newman, Wayne Knight, Joseph Mazzello, and Ariana Richards. I mentioned her movies she was in. Joseph, the only other thing, what was he in? Star Kid? That I know of. I mean, he's probably been in other things. Ariana Richards pretty much didn't do much after 2000. Did only like 2 things. Music by John Williams. Let's see. Also, Martin Ferrero, I think he only like did do 2 things or something like that after 2000. Should be still alive. It's another interesting credit coming up. Full Motion Dinosaurs by Dennis Mir, or maybe it was Dennis Mirren who said that line. Live action dinosaurs. Stan Winston. Dinosaur supervisor Phil Tippett. You had one job, Phil. People got killed. All right, back to the chat. Dang, YouTube said forever ago one guy did Clever Girl. Should have just took the shot. Anyway, when the second one popped out, at least get one. Maybe scare the other one. Oh, yeah, and then one of the scripts, he does get a shot off as he's turning. But yeah, they also scared it off. I'm not sure the reason why they got him killed. He should be the one most likely to survive. He knows the shit. And then again, with the logic, like I said, I saw this like when I was 7 years old. How does Grant know the T-Rex and the Velociraptors hunting patterns through bones? In the novel, it basically says they're guessing. That's all they have to go by for most of this. Yeah, vision based on movement with the T-Rex. Very easy way to write that out. How they figured that out. To have that one scene where Grant is with Muldoon at the raptor cages. Have him explain that. Yeah, the T-Rex. This vision is based on movement and the raptors with their hunting patterns. Very, very simple. Very simple. Then you got logic there. But like I said, this highest grossing movie, not going to make it any more money with those suggestions. That's something James Cameron said to, what's his name? The Neil deGrasse Tyson, about the fucking stars not being correct. If only we got that right, we could have made just a little bit more money. Yeah, Laura Dern in those short shorts. Yeah, Muldoon too. They also say that. Nice quads. The last scene looks more like an ode to classic monster films. I'd say he grabbed a lot more just off screen. Yeah, Goldblum, definitely. Like, right there where his hands. And John Williams soundtrack. Well, everybody, this is a good one. I'll be here for a few more minutes. Still watching the credits. Definitely one of my favorite movies of all time. I'm not sure where I put it, but it's up there. I mean, it's the only movie where I watched it, then immediately rewound it and watched it again. Excluding like short videos like from fucking Nintendo Power. That's only like 15 minutes. Those ones I rewound and watched again, like the N64 video. Let's see, Star Fox and whatnot. I still got them. Skywalker Sound. George Lucas helped with that. Oh yeah, probably the best year for Spielberg. He made this movie, highest grossing movie of all time, and Schindler's List right after this. I believe he won the Oscar for that, if I'm not mistaken. So that's probably his best year. Here we go. Cast: Sam Neill, Laura Dern, Jeff Goldblum, Richard Attenborough, Bob Peck, Martin Ferrero, B.D. Wong, Joseph Mazzello, Ariana Richards, Samuel L. Jackson, Wayne Knight, Harding is Jerry going too fast now. Mr. DNA. Oh yeah, I think they really did get Richard Kiley here for the voice on the tour. The producers wish to thank the following: George Lucas. Forget what the fuck I was gonna say. Dolores K. Middle. So they actually bought some other music besides having John Williams. Yeah, pretty good series if you just ignore all the later one. Yeah, pretty much if you're gonna watch one, watch this one. Yeah, they pretty much go down in quality. Maybe I'll do fucking The Lost World, do a commentary on that. Oh yeah, that's what I want to say. Yeah, the actors didn't really get too famous from this movie. The only one that really got into big movies was Jeff Goldblum. After this, he did Independence Day. And I'm talking really, obviously they've been in other movies, but I mean like big movies that you definitely hear their name in the trailers and whatnot. Watching on TV. Like Linda Hamilton in Terminator. The only other movie I heard her name in the trailer was Dante's Peak. Except for the new Terminator movie, but other than that, nothing. And there we go, that's the end of the credits. I'll stick around for a while. Final comments, everybody. Yeah, like the first three, pretty good. After that, I'm good. Now, I do like World. They actually show a working park. Of course, I only saw it in the theater. Oh, better shut that off. It's over. Probably should put something up. Pictures. Oh yeah, the lawyer survives in the novel. Although he dies between the two novels. He dies of dysentery. Survives the island dinosaurs only to die of dysentery. There's a lot of mistakes pointed out in Jurassic Park 3, one of the most famous movies for that. Yeah. Looking at the pictures here. God damn, I can never find what I want. You fucking bastards. What the hell was I gonna say? Oh yeah, the Jurassic World, the dialogue isn't as good as the original. Of course, those movies aren't as smart. They don't have Michael Crichton. I think he was a doctor, so he's pretty smart. And he also does a lot of research for the books he does. Paleontology and genetics, specifically for this one. The other ones were dumbed down Marvel movies. Yeah, the acting is not as good. Maybe for like people who are fucking retards, that dialogue. Too on the nose, no subtlety. Have to spoon people that fucking information like it's 9/11. Here comes the airplane. Yeah, speaking of 9/11, that was yesterday. I'll probably have a video on that as well as the Charlie Kirk assassination. And I got ammo for my shotgun. That's what the original video was about. For the Terminator 2 shotgun, testing that out. I'm also going to do another video on that, finding the best type of ammo. One that actually functions, the Fiocchi seizes up, so that's no good. Remington I got, probably will work. big thing is I'm worried about the recoil since I don't have this stock. I have the sawed-off stock, so I don't smack myself in the face. Also got, well, I got several kinds of the Remington. We got the regular, we got the low recoil, and the 12 pellet, the quote-unquote magnums. I think that's the one I fired the last time. Didn't seem too much recoil, but I wasn't sure if I fired the 3-inch or the 2 3/4 with 12 pellets, so that's why I bought them again, just to be sure. Couldn't see the writing on the shell at the time, had that mix, so I didn't know what it was. It wasn't in the box. And I got the Winchesters. Like somebody said, with the Terminator 2 shotgun, as long as you stick to the big three, that should work. The Winchester, Remington, and Fiocchi. No, not Fiocchi, Federal. The Federal I don't like. It seems like all the gun shops by me have Federal, but the problem is the flight control. It's made for distance shooting. Don't want distance shooting. For home defense distance, the 7 yards. My house, the longest is less than 7 yards. So you want that spread faster, sooner. Otherwise, the spread pattern to the Federal flight control is like a slug. Slug's shot size that defeats its purpose of a shotgun. So the Federal's out of the question. And no, but none of the gun stores had Remington or Winchester. I had to order them on Midway, USA. So I waste money on shipping or have to order over $100 to save on shipping, which was, I think it was, yeah, that's what I did this time. Also got Cellar and Bellet the last time, so I still have some of those. It works, but the problem is it's long shells. It doesn't fit in the caddy for the quick pull, quick 3 of them. Well, hold 6 of them, but I only pull out 3. But final comments, everybody, and I'll shut this down in a minute. So, what did everybody think of this movie? Definitely one of my favorites. Although the negative is, like I said, some of the logical things that could easily be fixed. Spielberg was ultimately the right choice, having the wonder and awe with the dinosaurs as opposed to having them just like monsters. Cameron said Spielberg was the better choice. He would just turn it into aliens, but with dinosaurs. Tim Burton would have, yeah, that would have been fucking crazy. Jurassic Park, the animated series. I know they made the CGI was a Camp Cretaceous. I never seen it on Netflix. It seems that went gay. Not just the fucking dinosaurs and the frogs are gay. The people are gay in that. It went woke. Fucking crazies. But what was I going to talk about? Spielberg. Yeah, the novel had more shooting. I guess that's one of the negatives. I wish there was more shooting. That another logical thing. There are dinosaurs. Carry a fucking gun. Ellie, get one of those shotguns in the shed. Fucking Samuel L. Jackson. Get the one that's his bad motherfucker on the rack. Down the novel, Hammond didn't want the weapons on the island. Didn't want destroying the $1 million dinosaurs. Although Muldoon wanted one. Said he would quit if he didn't get one. So we had some rocket launcher action. Yeah, it's when he uses the rocket launcher when Arnold Samuel L. Jackson is going into the maintenance shed to restart the generators. Yeah, he's ahead of Muldoon and Gennaro, and he's getting surrounded by the Raptors. Muldoon just blows up one of them to the left, and Gennaro's there holding the rockets, having him reload. He reloads, and that's when they get attacked, and they split up. Gennaro goes one side, Muldoon goes down a hill. It seems the Raptors ignore Gennaro. I guess they have it out for Muldoon, and Muldoon runs into a pipe, sewer pipe big enough for him, and he shoots off a leg of one of the Raptors, which later goes into that maintenance shed and kills Samuel L. Jackson. Yeah, so the rest of the Raptors stay away after that. And it takes three different people to go down there before they start the generator, as opposed to just Ellie. Gennaro goes down there. He gets attacked by that raptor. He gets bit, but he fights off the raptor. He throws it to the ground and it stays there. I guess it loses blood from its leg. And then he gets chased into a car there, and I forget, either by the raptor or the compies, but he gets trapped in there for until Grant, and then finally Grant goes in there. He's the third one. He's the one who gets the power back online, and he sees Gennaro in the truck, and I believe he scares away those compies in there, and then they can get out of there. Don't know where that raptor went. We hope you enjoyed your stay. Yeah, Tim Burton, Willy Wonka's, and action figures. Collect them all. At least it's mostly just minor stuff, and a lot of the main stuff is good. Production effects and everything. Oh yeah, that's another thing. A subplot. When they're at the T-Rex, they spot the raptors on that ship. If you saw the playthrough with 3DO, that they didn't have that in the movie. Race against time to get back to the visitor center before the ship makes it to the island. But I guess that was also in the other games, like the original Genesis, when you're as the raptor to get to the mainland. That wasn't in this one. They cut that. What else did they cut? Like I said, the raft, the aviary. Yeah, it didn't seem like there wasn't much of a trek back to the visitor center with Grant. Well, it was the only scenes. Up in a tree, meeting the Brachio, running away from the Gallimimus, finding the eggs, and the fence, and that's it. Not much to get back there, although they say in a survival situation, sometimes all you need to do is just walk out of there. You don't need any fancy gear, just walk out. Let's see, what the hell else? Oh yeah, they didn't have an ending where they destroy that raptor's nest, the rest of them, the 37. Yeah, they find a raptor's nest. They even say, like in number 2, Chaos Continues, looks like hell. He actually describes it like that in the novel. That's what it looks like to me. Yeah, they're over in the volcanic part in the cave, although the cave is actually man-made. I forget what it was for. There's concrete floors. So they find the whole nest. They're gonna... Oh yeah, they have nerve gas grenades, which they never use in the novel. Basically, they hear the helicopters, the raptors, and they go outside. Grant, Ellie, and Gennaro go outside and see what they're doing. And the reason why they escape is because they're like birds. They want to migrate. It's not that they're smart to escape. You're telling me they're so smart because they're so stupid, like in Tremors 2? Whoops. I meant to type test. How is it? Oh, does that odd Genesis Jurassic Park relate to the novel somehow? Not the Genesis one. Well, actually, none of them do. I guess they take things from the novels. Like I said, the second game for the Super Nintendo, Chaos Continues, the where the Raptors stage is in the cave, where the volcano looks like hell. All right, good. Stream is back. Of course, the gaming company's the biggest movie of all time. Of course, they wanted their own sequel before the movies did. I remember hearing on the radio it would take 4 years before the sequel comes out, the movie. Of course, the video game companies didn't want to wait until then. They only waited a year to make theirs. Yeah, basically the plot to the Genesis one is takes place right after the first movie. InGen is coming back to get the eggs and embryos, and Grant doesn't want them to take it. He goes on the radio, and the pilot wrestles with the radio. They crash land, and basically Grant tries to stop him from getting them. And that's pretty much it. In the Super Nintendo, that one's even better. Makes more sense. Biosyn is the one who wants the eggs and embryos. Yeah, Grant is hired as a mercenary with the second player to stop them. Jeep was famous from the movie. Yep. Yeah, both of them. What the hell was it? Oh yeah, the nerve gas. Yeah, that's where I left off. Never used the nerve gas grenades. They get picked up at the helicopter. Grant asks about Hammond. Muldoon says he's dead and killed by the compies, which wasn't in in the movie. Obviously, he lives. Which later got used in the Lost World with Dieter Stark. What's his face from Fargo. And then he asks about Ian, and Muldoon shakes his head. No, Ian didn't live. It's retconned in the sequel because Ian Malkin is the main character. And he goes something like, not the exact quote. The rumors of my death are highly exaggerated, although that has happened in the real world where, probably South America, yeah, definitely South America, those poor countries, misdiagnosed as dead, but they turned out alive. I think there was one case where a little kid woke up at his own funeral. Obviously wasn't, what's it called, embalmed. Yeah, if you had your blood taken out, you'd definitely be dead after that, but, so yeah, it could have happened with the shitty doctor saying he's dead when he's not dead, so that's not unplausible. Also, some science words got well known after the film. Yep. What else was I gonna say? Yeah, so they get picked up and they have to stay in Costa Rica. They keep Grant there. Keeps telling them the same story over and over. They think he's lying, but it ends with them stuck on Costa Rica. Don't know what happens to Grant. I guess he eventually leaves. Ian definitely does. Where those pterodactyls flying along the helicopter set? No, those were birds, but they do look like pterodactyls. I always wondered that, but no, it's birds. Going with the theme that dinosaurs are birds. Wasn't explained as well as some of the other paleontologists. I forget what they say in their interviews, but that convinced me. Yeah, they could have been birds, but in the movie, not how Grant explained it. It didn't convince me. Like I said, when he says raptor also means bird or prey, and I'm thinking you're grasping at straws there, Grant. But his final comments, I'll shut that down. I'll probably forget some, but at least it was filmed at Hawaii until the hurricane anyway destroyed some of the stuff. Oh yeah, they said there was supposed to be a death scene with Samuel L. Jackson, but I don't think there really was a death. Well, the raptor jumps on him and he dies, but it wasn't elaborate. Of course, if they did film it, it would have been a surprise with Ellie finding his arm. Oh, that's another thing I didn't fucking mention. Don't go yet, Dins. I want to explain that. At that scene, yeah, how did his arm get up there? I guess, like leopards, they leave some of the food high up in a tray, or I guess they wedged it up there for later. No, it wasn't Costa Rica, it was Hawaii. Although the movie takes place in Costa Rica. There's not even a real island like that where they say there's not an island there. Although an island that looks like that, I think, where the hell was it? Over in Greece? No, not Greece. I forget. Egypt, something like that. Africa. Same shape over there, but not by Costa Rica. Oh, yeah, that's another thing. Ellie there. Why was she so relieved when she found Samuel L. Jackson? He didn't have a gun. You're being attacked by a raptor. Oh, thank God, Mr. Arnold. Ah! Now, Muldoon, on the other hand, yeah, shoot the fucking raptor. Oh, here's another writing lesson here. They could have made it better. Ellie has the gun, and right there, it gets knocked out of her hands at the fence as she's running away there. If you want it to be a thriller without guns, but without being retarded, going without guns, that's the stupidest fucking thing. Alright, she has the gun in there. The fucking raptor scares her. She drops it. She has no time to grab it. It's in the corner. Shuts the fucking fence gate. Oh, fuck. You know, scary. The arm. Yeah, exactly. Instead of seeing Samuel L. Jackson having a death scene, I think that was one of the scenes where the sets was destroyed and he didn't get to do it. But I think the soundstage was in America for the interior as opposed to Hawaii. So I don't know if it was true if he actually was gonna film a death scene or what there. I gotta look at the script again, the David Kep scripts, see if it's in there. I only skimmed through some of them. Oh yeah, that's another ending. They wanted Hammond to shoot the last raptor at the end with a shotgun. Killed his own creation. I really wish they kept the scene where Alan Grant shoots one of the raptors, the one that comes out of the kitchen. Come on, shoot a dinosaur. Oh yeah, that's another thing. You don't see an on-screen shot of a dinosaur until The Lost World when they shoot I think the pterodactyl with a real gun, not a tranquilizer. Although we do hear a raptor getting shot at the beginning, but we don't see it. Definitely would have more gunplay with the James Cameron Jurassic Park, but there it is. Still one of the best movies of all time, but few things I would have changed. But other than that, ultimately Steven Spielberg was the best choice. I mean, Spielberg has no problem with guns in other movies, like Saving Private Ryan. People getting blown apart. Also, Jaws also shot the fucking shark. But I guess that's it for me. If anybody has anything else to say, I'll give you one more minute, then I'm shutting this down. It is now September 12th, 2025, 12:31 a.m. I'll probably have a video on the ammo I got, and also, while I'm at it, I'll talk about Charlie Kirk and 9/11. Great how James Cameron got the chance to film a sequel. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Or have Spielberg direct this movie and have James Cameron direct the sequel. Have a more action-dairy one. I know the novel had a little more action in there. They actually shot the dinosaurs with the poison guns. Tranquilizer, well, not tranquilizer. Dart guns with poison. Never used it in the movie. I had to get hung up on the netting on the seat there. But I guess maybe I'll talk more on the Lost World when I get that one some other time. I don't have the Lost World on DVD. That'll be another time in the future. Yeah, I remember 9/11. Yesterday. Yeah, I was in New Jersey. I saw the fucking buildings with the smoke. Insert saluting emoji. I guess I'll talk about that more maybe tomorrow if I have time to record it. Hopefully tomorrow, we'll see. Record it and edit it. But I think that's about it. I know I'll forget some, but that's it for me. I'll see you guys next live stream, whatever it is. Although I would like to do one of these commentaries with more people, but I don't know how to work the Discord and whatnot. But maybe I'll do that sometime in the future with somebody else. Anyone else wants to join a live stream commentary, like Rambo Raft does. I saw from a block away. Oh, you were actually that close. Closer than me. Had an actual view. Yeah, I saw across the bay there. Saw the smoke. But I'll talk more about that on the video. You can comment there. I guess with that, I'll see you guys next live stream.